British were against Tipu? What are the reasons?
And because
Yes.
Tipu Sultan was having a control on the Malabar coast.
Yes.
And he was having a good relationship with the French in India.
Okay.
And he disallowed the local merchants to trade with the British.
And also one more thing he did.
Export of sandal.
Yes, very good. Yes, very good. What he did? He
stopped the export of
he stopped the export of sandalwood, pepper and cardamom through the ports. So there is a series of battle were between the British and Tipu, and only in the last battle, who succeeded? The British succeeded. The British succeeded. And again, Mysore is coming under which dynasty? Sridev?
British.
Which dynasty?
Ma'am, Vodeyars.
Vodeyars, yes. And the British imposed a subsidiary alliance, right? Yes. What do you mean by subsidiary alliance? Adikesh? Yes. Subsidiary alliance.
Subsidiary alliance means
Think we discussed about subsidiary alliance. What is it?
ma'am, it's an agreement, type of agreement.
Okay, it's an agreement about
about that the Indian rulers were not allowed to have an independent army.
Yes, very good. The Indian rulers don't have an independent army, and who will protect their territory?
The company.
The company.
Company will protect, and in return, who will pay?
The king.
The Nawab. They will pay. And if they fail to pay, what will happen?
They will take half part of their
Right, by whom? The company. That's the annexation policy they followed. But in some cases, they fought. That is the example of Tipu Sultan. And the next one is Marathas. Okay? Marathas. Any Maratha ruler you know, children? So our next topic is the war with Maratha. So one war is Tipu Sultan with Tipu Sultan, and the next is with Marathas. Okay? Have you, do you know any of the Maratha ruler?
No.
No. Shivaji, have you heard about Shivaji? Chhatrapati Shivaji. Morning we discussed about him. Forget it. You are not familiar with that term?
Tarabi.
Louder.
Tarabi.
Not clear here. Okay. So the next is about the Maratha war. The Maratha kingdom destroyed. The Maratha power also destroyed after the Battle of Panipat. That battle, have you heard about Battle of Panipat?
Yes.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we studied about it. Which battle the Marathas were defeated? In the third battle of Panipat. Okay. The third battle of Panipat fought between whom?
British and Maratha.
No. It is fought between the Marathas and Afghans. Okay. The battle of Panipat, it is not fought between the British and Marathas. If a battle is between British, it may be an Anglo. The British, for British, we are using the term Anglo. Okay. Anglo-Maratha wars are fought between the British and Marathas. The Maratha power came to an end with the Battle of Panipat. Which battle? Battle of Panipat. Third Battle of Panipat. Okay. the third battle of Panipat, the Maratha rule came to an end. This battle was fought between whom? The Marathas and the Afghans. Okay, it is not between the British, it is between Marathas and Afghans. Okay, I think that point is not there in the textbook. If you want, you can mark it. This Panipat, the battle of Panipat is between the Marathas and Afghans. Then, so after that, what happened after the third battle of Panipat? The Maratha power came to an end and it is divided into many states under different chiefs. Till that, the Maratha was a power like our Mughals. You remember about the Mughals? Yes? Till Aurangzeb, it is Mughal Empire. But after that, what happened? After Aurangzeb, what happened to the Mughal Empire?
It started to fail.
It started? Louder.
It started
To decline, right? That means different chiefs occupied their own territory. That may be the one reason for its declining. Like that, after the Battle of Panipat also, what happened at the Maratha, where the Maratha Empire was also split into different small dynasties. Okay, and the prominent among them are Scindia. The names you must remember: Scindia, Holkar, Bhosle. Okay, and this Maratha Empire also, these coming under different dynasties, under different heads or under different chiefs, Scindia, Holkar and Bhosle. It also divided into different dynasties. And they came an alliance under the Peshwa. Peshwa means their prime principal minister. Okay. The Maratha chief, they came an alliance. Alliance, you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Alliance. What do you mean by alliance?
Ma'am, in one side.
Louder.
Ma'am, Tipu was in the French alliance.
French alliance, yes. That means?
He supported French than British.
They came an association. That may be a simple meaning of alliance. Maybe like an association. Like that, these all dynasties, they came an alliance with whom? Alliance under the Peshwa. Okay, the term Peshwa. Peshwa means the principal minister, and they started to fight against British. Okay, so the Maratha rule was entered by the defeat of which battle, children?
Battle of
Panipat. Battle of Panipat. The Maratha rule came to an end and it was split into different dynasties. Like Scindia, Holkar, Bhosle, they divided into different dynasties, and they came together an alliance with the Peshwa. Who's the Peshwa means? The principal minister, and who become the Peshwa is the administrative head in Pune. Okay, the Peshwa is ruling which area? Pune. And the two prominent Maratha soldiers who fought this battle between the British are Mahaji Scindia and Nana Fatness. Okay, these names are important. Mahaji Scindia and Nana Fatness. They were for the two famous Maratha soldiers who fought the battle in Panipat. And so they came an alliance and they fought between who? They fought with the British, and there were 3 Anglo-Maratha wars were there. So how many wars were fought between Tipu and British? 4 wars. Between Maratha and British, how many wars were there?
3.
3 war. Okay. 3 Anglo-Maratha war were fought. They came an alliance under the Peshwa and they fought against the British. And how many wars were there? 3 wars were fought between British and the Marathas, and it is called as Anglo-Maratha War. Anglo Maratha War. How many Anglo-Maratha wars were there? 3.
3.
Wars between the Marathas and the British East India Company. And the first Anglo-Maratha War ended. The first Anglo-Maratha War ended with the Treaty of Salbai. Treaty of Salbai. Okay. The first Anglo-Maratha War ended with the Treaty of Salbai. And there was no clear victory after the war. In the first Maratha War, either British or the Marathas, both of them didn't succeed at the war. So 3 Anglo-Maratha wars were there. The first war ended with which treaty? Treaty of Salbai. The Treaty of Salbai. The first Anglo-Maratha war ended with which treaty? Treaty of Salbai. And is anyone have a victory over there? No, there is no clear victory for Marathas or British in the first Anglo-Maratha War. And the second Maratha War, in the second Anglo-Maratha War, the British gained. Okay? So the first Maratha War, no clear victory. In the second war, the British gained. Some areas like Orissa, Agra, and Delhi. In the second Maratha War, the British gained Orissa, Agra, and Delhi. And in the third Anglo-Maratha War, who will win?
Marathas.
Third Anglo-Maratha War.
Marathas.
Only 3 wars were fought between Marathas and the British. Okay? So in the third war, who will win?
Marathas.
Marathas will win. Any other answer?
British.
See, only 3 battles were fought between the British and Marathas. So the last battle, who succeeded?
British.
British win, not Marathas. Okay, if the Marathas win, they will came into power. But they were defeated by British. So the last Maratha War, the Maratha rule came to an end. So in the last Maratha rule, the third war, the complete victory is for the British. So in the second war, the British gained some parts like Orissa, Agra, and Delhi. But in the third war, what happened? The complete victory for whom?
British.
To the British. Okay. These are the Anglo-Maratha wars. So how many wars were fought between the British and the Marathas? 3 wars. 3 Anglo-Maratha wars were there. First war ended with the Treaty of Salbai. There is no clear victory for Marathas or British. And the second war fought between the British and Marathas. And the second war, the British gained which all areas?
Orissa.
Agra, Delhi. Orissa, Agra, and Delhi. And in the third Anglo-Maratha war,
The British won.
British won. That means the Maratha power came to an end and the Peshawar was removed and he was sent to Bittur, a near place in Kanpur, with a pension. that Peshawar was sent to Bittur near Kanpur with a pension, and now the Vindhya region is coming under the control of British. Okay, so Mysore they captured, many of the places they captured by using subsidiary alliance system. Then if any ruler is against them, they fought against them. One example is Tipu Sultan and the other is Marathas. Clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So Marathas, the Maratha rule came to an end with the Battle of Panipat. It was fought between the Marathas and the
British.
Panipat.
Marathas and Afghans.
Marathas and Afghans. Okay, don't forget it. The Battle of Panipat is between the Marathas and Afghan. And after that, what happened to the Marathas? After the Battle of Panipat, what happened to Marathas?
They were divided into
They divided into different dynasties. Okay, they divided into different dynasties. Can you name one or two dynasty?
Sindhya.
Yeah. Holkar. Holkar. Repeat the names, okay? Only then you will study. Sindhya, Holkar, Bhosle. Okay, it is divided into different dynasties. And after that, what they did?
They came into alliance.
They came into an alliance with whom?
Peshwa.
Peshwa. They came an alliance with Peshwa, and they fought against British. And how many wars were there?
3 wars.
3. And what we call that was?
Anglo-Maratha.
Anglo-Maratha. Don't forget, Anglo-Maratha means it's between the British and Marathas. Battle of Panipat is between
Marathas and
Afghans. Clear?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
again, no more confusions there. So 3 wars were fought between British and Marathas. And first battle is ended with a treaty. What was the name of the treaty?
Treaty of Salbai.
Salbai. Then is anybody win that battle?
No.
There is no decisive, no clear victory for 2. And in the second battle, who succeeded?
British gained
British. Okay, and what they did?
They gained Orissa, Agra, Delhi.
Agra and Delhi. 3 places. They gained Agra, Orissa and Delhi. And the last battle, the third Anglo-Maratha war. Who win?
British.
They did. They removed the Peshwa and sent him to another place. Which place? Bittur. Okay, they sent him to Bittur and give a pension to him. So thus Maratha rule came to an end and the British succeeded in capturing the Vindhya region. Clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
The Anglo-Maratha war is clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone, any doubt? Remember it like a story, okay? Then it is easy to remember that. The Anglo-Maratha war, Marathas. Who will say this? Lynette is ready. Then any other? Wait. Albert? Albert? Albert, can you hear me? Okay, dear, can you say that? Anglo-Maratha war in your own words.
The first Anglo-Maratha war is Treaty of Salbai.
Okay.
No one succeeded in that war.
Yes.
In the second war, British gained Orissa, Agra and Delhi.
Okay, very good.
And in the third war, British got a complete victory over Marathas.
Marathas, yes. And what they did? They removed that also, you should add there, okay? They removed Peshwa and sent him to where?
Chittoor.
Bittur, near Kanpur with a pension. Clear?
Yes,
Yes, that is the Anglo-Maratha War. It is fought between Anglo-Maratha War. Not Battle of Panipat, it is Anglo-Maratha War. Don't be confused, okay? Then, Lakshmi,
Yes, ma'am.
can you say Battle of Panipat? Which Battle of Panipat the Maratha rule came to an end?
The third one.
Third Battle of
Panipat.
Panipat. Okay,
Panipat.
answer like that. It's in the third Battle of Panipat. It was
Panipat.
fought between
Afghanistan and Marathas.
Afghans and
Afghans
not
and
Afghans,
Marathas.
Afghans and
Marathas.
Marathas. Okay, clear, children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, thus they captured almost all the parts of the country. Then they used another policy. Okay, that is the claim of paramountcy. Have you heard about the term paramountcy? What do you mean by paramountcy? Paramountcy means supreme power. Okay? Paramountcy means supreme power. So the next is the claim to paramountcy or to supreme power. A new policy, this paramountcy was initiated by whom? Lord Hastings. I think this is a new name for you, right? Lord Hastings. Lord Wellesley, you remember, children? Lord Wellesley.
Yes,
Lord Wellesley. Ritwik. Lord Wellesley. The first chapter, you all, in the exam, you all made the correct answer. The question is reversed, you are not able to answer. Anyone?
ma'am, the last governor.
The last Governor General?
Last Victory.
Louder.
Mount Victory.
It was the last Governor General or the first Governor General?
First governor.
In the exam, the last exam, there is a question and your all answers are correct.
Ma'am, the last Victory.
Viceroy, the first Viceroy. Okay, so this is another Governor General. His name was Lord Hastings. What was the name? Lord Hastings. Okay, Lord Hastings. He introduced which policy? Paramountcy. Okay, which policy?
Warren Hastings right.
Okay, the policy of a new policy of paramountcy was initiated by Lord Hastings. And that means they finally claim is power on British over the India. And for that, they introduced the doctrine of lapse. Have you heard about doctrine of lapse? Doctrine of lapse, have you heard about it, children? No. Okay. Like subsidiary alliance system, another policy by the British was doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse means, suppose if a king or an Indian ruler die without a male heir, that kingdom will be lapse. They will not get the kingdom and it will be coming under British. Okay, that is a doctrine of lapse. This paramountcy was a policy initiated by whom? Lord Hastings. Okay? Lord Hastings. And the doctrine of lapse was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. Okay? Doctrine of lapse was introduced by Lord. Doctrine of lapse was introduced by Lord. Whom?
Dalhousie.
Dalhousie. Okay. These names are new. So studies the principle of the policy of paramountcy was initiated by Lord Hastings, and the doctrine of lapse, Lord Dalhousie, he introduced the concept of doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse. This doctrine of lapse is another method they introduced to annex, and it was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. And what do you mean by doctrine of lapse? If an Indian ruler die without a male heir, his kingdom would lapse. If there is no male heir for them, the kingdom would lapse, and it came to a part of company territory. Okay, the kingdom will coming under British. That is the last policy of annexation they started. That is the doctrine of lapse, and it was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. The doctrine of lapse was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. As per doctrine of lapse, if an Indian ruler died without a male heir to him, what will happen? He will lose his kingdom. And it will come to whom?
Company.
The bread company. Okay, that's the last policy they adopted. That is the policy of doctrine of lapse. Okay. So that is the way of their annexation. So they introduced subsidiary alliance system, and then they annexed. If the rulers are against them, they fought with them. That is the example of Tipu Sultan and Marathas, and the principle of paramountcy, and the last one is the doctrine of lapse. These are the ways by which they occupied the Indian territories. Okay, so read the textbook today itself, go through this portion, and if any doubt is there, you can ask to me in the next class. In the next class, don't forget revision test on which chapter?
Why do we need
Why do we need a parliament? So children, read the textbook. I told you, don't think that don't simply come and write the exam. Definitely I will ask you sometimes descriptive answers also I will ask. Okay, so read the textbook proper and come for the class. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.